I never. We no go sit down the look. Make them come report our girls. Everybody, we rise up. We no fighting, we just push. No be so. No be so. We gonna share every day. People just go. For family was white part fulanis. So Jackie boy you to call them terrorists. We touch them the canoe you go cause war. We touch it on the bow, you go cause war. Makana Brugo no Nanga Wanelua, and I will find for another. It's not the time we go change for them. Change for them, tell them we know this on me. When you go Kulia Poku Apagoya, a minus higher Apayo. Igbo people have been marginalized. I feel this happy brutalized. We no go sit on them.
Purchase your tracks today.
Make them come kill all of us. We no go sit down the look. We no take our life. We no go sit down the look. Bring them stop the house like us. We no go sit down the look. Make them come report our girls.
Purchase your tracks today.
I get one. Eventually I go that TV. So change, but we don't see the change. Why you not let TV Africa? Are you not tired of killing them? There's not the time when we go tender for them. Tender for them, tell them we don't be zombie. We not go sit down there look. Make them go kill all of us. We not go sit down there look. Make them go take our wallet. We not go sit down there look. Make them stop the house like us. We no go sit down the look. Make them come report our girls.
You see that person?
16 dead bodies of the over 30 people killed in Tuesday night attack at Yawan Zangam community in Jos North local government area of Plateau State have been deposited at the gate of the Plateau State government house of these protests by thousands of Plateau youths. According to a community leader, they have decided to bury those burnt to ashes while the remaining 16 are being brought to the government house for the governor to know what to do with them. At the time of filing this report, those burnt to ashes are being given a mass burial in Yawan Zangang community.
At the Plateau State Specialist Hospital, it was a moment of venting out anger over Tuesday's attack on innocent people of Zangam. Education Association Chairman Plateau State was at the hospital to see things for himself and if the curfew imposed on Jos North is effective only in specific areas and is yet to come to terms with last night's killings.
This is as a result of the utterance of some Islamic cleric. Yes. That I called the GOC and he is a commander to tell him that he should call the people to book and now they say they are going to retaliate and this is what we are saying.
He said the association is left with no other choice than to ask people to stand up and defend themselves.
We should not tolerate anything further again. We are tired of telling our people to be calm. We are tired of telling people they should be patient and telling people to be praying. So if they take the laws into their hands, we have no blame us.
Residents could not hold their displeasure.
Citizens have got to take ownership. Citizens have got to take ownership and be able to assist. Enough of this saying it is their war. It is our war. Boko Haram is everywhere now. You call them headsmen, I call them Boko Haram. You call them kidnappers, I call them Boko Haram. Terrorism, or terrorists rather, move in leaps. All right? Initially, what you are seeing will not be what you think it is. The small boys scattered all over our expensive estates, providing guard services and so on to us. As far as I'm concerned, our advanced party of Boko Haram.
We are just applying military force and we think we can resolve our insurgency. It's not going to happen. I've been in government. I've run a territory. And I know the amount of information I get, security reports that I get as minister. The president gets 50 times that. And I put it to you and I challenge anyone, including the DGSSS, to this. The SSS know who these insurgents are. They are not ghosts. They know them. The president knows them. And they know what to do.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
It's not about sentiment. Is that there are a group of people in this country that feels that this country should be Islamized. This is a fact. I say you want me to start mentioning names of people in this government that we have interrogated. I was a member of an interrogation team, and I've interrogated a very high-ranking member of this government in 2007, 2008 on issue of Boko Haram. I interrogated him. He's in this government right now. And what was the issue? Boko Haram. And this senior officer was actually let go because he was found culpable. But right now he's in government. You see, we must say the truth, because if you don't, this country is going down the precipice. We have been set back more than 60 years right now. We've gone back to the time before 1966 now. And whoever is coming back to repair this country has a lot of work to do. This country has never been polarized, so we cannot run away from it. We have never been this much polarized. I'm a federal person. My mind is federal. My brain is federal. My loyalty is federal. I do things for the federal government. So I cannot come here and try to be sentimental. No, I'm a federal person.
Will your life be at risk now that they're hearing you?
I don't care. I don't care. And my colleagues, they know me. Those people that listen to me, they know me. I don't care. The issue is that this country is bigger than individual. That is the issue. This country is bigger than individuals. Buhari will come and go. Eliminating me or killing me will not solve the problem. And will not add value. But he will come and go. And somebody must come and repair the damage to the psyche of this society. The damage, to the polarization, to the nepotism that I've never seen in my life. I work with all these presidents. This is the worst situation I've found myself. And believe me, internet does not forget. I was part of the people that helped to bring Buhari to government because I believe in him.
Have you worked with the government after that? After you helped bring the government?
Oh, of course, I worked with him. We brought him in 2015, and I work as the Deputy Director of the Defense Administration. And we have a lot of hope in him. And we actually are ready to do anything for him. What he has turned out over the years is shocking to us. I was in Harvard in 2014, in December, when the Department of State Services and CIA and others were contemplating about Buhari and other grants. I know what we did to convince the American government that the only person that can come and put this country right is Buhari. Just before the Lagos APC, before the truce within. And that was how Tinubu came in. We know what we did, but what he has done in the past 6 years is shocking. It's unprecedented. And it should not be allowed to be swept under the carpet because the damage to the psyche of this country is monumental.
An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country.
Yeah, but Your Excellency, let me just follow up on something in your opening remarks when you said you had spoken with the president and on a separate occasion, his handlers on a separate occasion. So what was his response when you spoke to him about this?
His response, Mr. President has a set mind. Let me tell you, I have spoken to him personally. And his outing publicly also confirms what he told me. Mr. President believes that for peace to reign in Nigeria, there must be open grazing. There must be provision for cattle routes. There must be provision for grazing areas. And according to him, Mr. President feels that those grazing areas that were enacted, especially in the northern states, and cattle routes, those who have encroached on it, because I raised it with him, and he insisted that those who have encroached on it should be relocated. And that was why I told him that, look, we're no longer in the 50s. We're no longer in the 60s, because the population have overgrown land what we have. Land is not increasing, but today we have over 200 million people compared to the less than 40 million we had in the 1950s. So there is no way we can talk about open grazing. In my state, for instance, there is no land for open grazing, but there is land for ranching. And this is global best practice. If we accept this, this problem will be over. And that is why most of my colleagues, in fact, the entire of my colleagues, irrespective of their party affiliation from the South, accepted that, look, the way to go is ranching. Most of the states in the North have also accepted that, look, the way to go, it is ranching. And I have recommended to Mr. President and his handlers that, look, just like we subsidize agriculture and provide subsidy for fertilizer and all that, we can do the same thing for herdsmen, because ranching it can a little bit expensive compared to open grazing. So we can actually help these our herders by ensuring that we have subsidy for in terms of water we provide, because their cattle takes a lot of water, in terms of feeds that we provide. And we can devise several other ways. And I can assure you, I'm a farmer, and I know the challenges that we're talking about. I have a ranch. and problems accompanying this. But at the same time, I know the potentials that we have. This is another way that we can provide millions of opportunities, millions of jobs, and also empower our people who, for now, when they cultivate rice and harvest the straw or soya beans, when they harvest the straw and all that, it's roasted and it is burnt. This can be turned into feeds. That is what I use in my ranch. And I've been saying that we can do all this. But Mr. President doesn't believe that. So I was not too surprised, but I was disappointed that after the entire country is talking about ranching. You have heard what Raji said, and many other responsible Nigerians who want this to be solved. But because I think Mr. President is pushing me to think that what they say about him, that he has a hidden agenda in this country, it is true, because it is very clear that he wants to finalize. But he is not the first person who was Fulani president. Gabari was Fulani president. Yaradua was Fulani president. They were the best president in the history. But President Buhari is the worst president when it comes to issues of security and his promises. Go back and check in 2015. What did he say? Human rights issues. He talked about press freedom. He talked about the economy. He talked about corruption. He talked about security. Tell me one thing that Mr. President has achieved. He has achieved some level of development in other sectors. But truly, these prominent things that is a concern to Nigerians, and we're all worried. Tell me where Mr. President have come out to address this matter. Is this corruption? We are worse in the history of this country. That
well, it's interesting.
My brother, I tell you, the thing where Nigeria don't get into, I think it's even worse than Afghanistan. And it feel like say the government where they on top will also be part of the thing where they happen to us, because they know the talk. And I keep saying, say look, if government shows say he get power to stop Igoho and stop Nnamdi Kanu, why government no get power to stop bandits when they say they kill us here? And they don't come and go and talk, say, now this government bring them in 2015, say they don't help them do election. After election, they don't abandon us. So they look for money where they go chop and continue with their life. Our current leaders where they for Rock, for presidency, they get hand into it. We get problem for Nigeria. And as long as our people keep quiet, I tell you, say, one day, they say this unknown government will be Fulani bandits. They go come take over Villa. They go come take over government house. They go come take over every place. Bow and arrow, not be offense for our constitution. But AK-47, AK-49, and machine gun, and all those ones are things. But the thing where they ask, they say, iPod, they were using pump action. They go catch them. Those one too, government no say they do them, but they go catch them. But why is the thing they say Fulani men they use AK-47, they use AK-49, they use machine gun, they use explosives, and they no fit catch them. They still allow them. Then they go kidnap our children. Then they go kidnap our people. Then they go do all kind of atrocity. They leave them. I don't talk to Mr. President, say, make he declare these people as he did to iPod, say they be terrorists. Man, President too, he carried the same oath of office, say he go defend all Nigerian people. But the president they do now, they defend only Fulani people. They are just killing us. As I talk to you, they continue to kill us. And president know where these people dey. They go say they are unknown government. One day they are unknown president, an unknown governor, unknown minister, unknown nation. This is where the country they go. And Fulani people don't talk, say, look, they want they won't carry this country, make it become their own. Then they come and say, they Fulani too. Now then they get Nigeria. But they can brand iPod, say they be terrorists. He can stop Igboho from the southwest. Why you no do the same thing where they do? Now my evidence is that the president is part of the thing. They do the thing. He sabi the thing. Why president they only give appointment to Fulani people? People will be prominent Hausa. They don't tell me say, look, my brother, this is what they do. You're fighting for us too. What did they go invite him to do? When Gumi talk, did they invite him? When other people will talk, did they invite them? It is the thing don't they clear say this government, it no mean well for this country. If you accept to be their slave, even me, if I accept that I will be their slave, they will give me appointment. They give my people appointment. The press handler of Mr. President. The man that lie they talk now. I think they forgive him saying a lie Muhammad. Make it a lie, waka anyhow. You not see the thing where the man talk. He say you don't give him 6 billion. The governor there don't deny say you don't get 6 billion. So that man, I suspect say he did on something we would not sabi. They see around them. They go kidnap our people. They go kidnap our people. They go do all kinds of atrocities.
Idan ba gwamnati ta daure man wanda yake cikin daji ya ta'addanci ba a ubangiji ya tsaya Allah da rayuwa ta a wurin nan. Bahilla ce saniya aka san shi ita sai noma. Saniya ba ta haifa bindiga AK. Bahilla ce bai da mayar da zai kera bindiga AK 47. Gwamnati ke turowa har muka samu. Mu kuma wallahi dalilin da ya sa wallahi.
Hello, Biafrans, good evening and welcome to this wonderful evening program. I want to welcome you. I want to first of all apologize because in the morning I was supposed to bring this program, but unfortunately I had technical issues and I believe that we've been able to get some leverage, we've been able to make some progress. And I said I want to repeat this program this evening. I want to say thank you very much for being part of this program. Please help us share this program and make it go around. I decided to keep playing and repeating this clip as a kind of reminder and also to help our people look at what has happened within the week, the killing in Jos, Samuel Orton position on the situation of things. And Samuel Orton seems to be the only governor that is speaking out right now. Also considering the fact that Benue State have been ransacked, communities have been destroyed, villages burnt down. And I believe that by now, Samuel Orton is supposed to have mobilized his people rather than waiting for, even now that he's convinced. Samuel Orton has confirmed, he's convinced that this administration of Buhari and the cabals in office are the ones terrorizing his people. Rather than coming to the television every day to complain, it is time he mobilizes his people to defend themselves. You cannot say, I'm convinced that this president doesn't mean well, and you are just making it, you know, by now, Samuel Orton is supposed to have as the governor of the state, despite the fact that the Nigerian failed constitution says that it is the federal government that will provide security. But considering the fact that the same federal government are the perpetrators, the Buhari and the cabals and everybody in Aso Rock are using the instrument of state to perpetrate evil. It is your duty as a governor to mobilize your people, mobilize them to defend themselves. You know, we appreciate you coming to the media to, you know, educate people, but you are not an activist. You can't be talking like an activist. You have the power to sit with your state assembly and make a law that empowers your people to defend themselves. Samuel Orton should not make himself an activist. To some extent, he has the power as the state governor to defend his state. And that is what everybody is expecting. Samuel Orton should be able to sit down with the State House of Assembly to debate on how to make laws, state laws that will guide the citizens of Benue State. So you should not, you're not like any other person
who is just, trying to make their voice heard. You have a duty. You have a duty as a governor, like every other governor, to make a law in your state, empower your people. Because I know that the people of Benue are not cowards. The Benue people are willing to defend themselves, but they need leadership in that defense. And Samuel Otom is in a position to lead his people to defend themselves, just like every other state as well. Now that you have the evidence that these killings, that this perpetration of evil is coming from the Kabas or the Fulanese, it is your duty as a governor to stand up, mobilize your people, make a law in the state. You have the power to make a law in the state that can empower the people of Benue to defend themselves against the invaders. You have the power to create a security outfit that can match these bandits and these Fulani herdsmen that are tormenting your people. And the world will back you. If you speak out today, the world will with you, because the evidence are there. So I think Samuel Otom should move beyond the rhetorics and start doing things. If our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a simple citizen without whatsoever a constitutional right, according to what they say, can mobilize his people to defend themselves, what about you that have some constitutional right in some point? They said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't have the constitutional right to defend himself. But the international law gives the Biafran people the right for self-defense. As much as we understand that they try to bend the constitution and the law in their favor, there are still some clauses that gives you the right for self-defense. And Samuel Otom should take advantage of some of these clauses that give you right. Mobilize Benue youth, mobilize your people, sit down with your people, empower them for self-defense. Even if it is catapult, even if it is machete, even if it is anything you need to defend yourself, you should be able to get them and put together. And I want to see how I can open the line. I would like to open the line for contributions briefly before we round up this program. I was expecting that Mazi Solomon could join us. If it's convenient for him, I hope he joins us. But you can call him through the number on the screen, 388-177-9665. Let us talk about some of the things that are happening in the zoo right now. The zoo is on fire. There is a video I wouldn't want to show here where the University of Abuja students were attacked. The video was so bloody. I don't want to show it because if I show it, Facebook might likely block the vision of this program later on. So I don't want to show that that clip of young students in the University of Abuja on Friday night were butchered. Some of their limbs were cut off, machetes, so many of them were killed by these same Fulani bandits and terrorists ravaging everywhere. And you had it. One Otom said that if you can go after ESN, if you can go after the leader of IPOB, what stops you from going after your own, the Fulani herdsmen? It is clear that even the terrorists are even confessing that it is the government that is sponsoring them. Let us listen to what he speaks in Hausa, but it is the government. Those who understand Hausa will understand what he's saying, that it is the government that is sponsoring them. And he was swearing that they do not have the money to buy AK-47, they do not have the resources to equip themselves with the military hardware that they have. But it is the government. It is Buhari, Imposter, and the Kabas that are empowering the bandits, empowering Boko Haram, empowering the terrorists to kill our people.
Idan ba gwamnati ta daure man wanda yake cikin daji ta'addanci ba, Allah ubangiji ya tsine ma, Allah dauki rayuwa ta wurin. Ba illa ce saniya aka san shi da ita sai noma. ne ya bata haihuwar bindiga AK 47 bahilla ce bai da makera da zai kera bindiga.
That they don't have money to buy AK-47, that they don't have money to, it is the government that is supplying them. And we had it when that Juma said that these bandits work with the military, that they collude to kill. And the shocking thing is that Nigerians are still sleeping, deceiving themselves, eating in Kwabi, eating in Siewu, dancing, celebrating. That, in fact, as if everything is fine around them.
AK-47 gwamnati ke turowa har muka samu mu kuma wallahi dalilin da yasa billahi.
So you see, the problem is that the Nigerians haven't woken up yet to the reality. To the reality. People are just feeling as if, you know, it's normal that it will not get to them. That it will not get to them. Let's listen to what I have to say here.
We are just applying military force and we think we can resolve our insurgency. It's not going to happen. I've been in government. I've run a territory. And I know the amount of information I get, security reports that I get as minister. The president gets 50 times that. And I put it to you and I challenge anyone, including the DGSSS, to this. The SSS know who these insurgents are. They are not ghosts. They know them. The president knows them. And they know what to do.
You see, so I mean, what else do we need to rise up as a people? What else do we need to rise up and chase these bastards away? What else do we really need? Well, I don't know where we're going to get. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done his part. He has been singing, shouting that today, you know, they were able to abduct him, thinking that abducting him will solve the problem. That the moment they abduct him, that all voices will be seized, that everybody will be afraid to speak. Now, confirmation from sources. This man is telling you that he has handled territories as a minister, and he knows the amount of information that comes to him as a minister, not as even as a governor. So what Autumn is saying, if Autumn as a governor of a state can be coming to television to be, you know, ranting like me, that have no power, that have no government authority in my hand. Autumn has brought himself to the level of simple activists who are just shouting on the social media. The amount of intelligence at Autumn's disposal as a governor of his state is enough for him to mobilize his people and defend themselves. If ordinary people are crying, hey, they are killing us, so they are killing us, so governor too is crying, they are killing us, they are killing us. So what is your duty as a governor of a state? I'm not here to criticize Samuel Autumn, but I'm here to give him word of wisdom. I'm here to give him the understanding of the powers in his hands that he has not been able to utilize to protect his people. Because if I were to be the governor of Benue State in that position, in that capacity, I will even be the first to carry AK-47 to defend my people. I will lead from the front, not coming to the media to speak. So Autumn has the power to sit down with the state of House of Assembly to make laws in Benue State that will protect the people of Benue State. So as a governor, you have the power to sit down in your state and make laws and mobilize your people. I remember when Fayose was the governor of Ekiti. Fayose mobilized hunters. I remember when Fayose was the Ekiti state governor. He mobilized hunters. He gathered all of them and sent them into the bushes. You know, so it is very, very important to understand our fundamental human rights, because that you're a governor doesn't mean automatically you really understand your fundamental human rights. And that is why we'll continue to encourage them to do what is necessary as governors, rather than coming at least you have been able to prove that you are different from Southeast governors, Hope Uzodinma and Co. You have been able to prove that you have the integrity to speak out. Like he said that if he wanted to be their slave, that they would have given him a position. And that is true. That is true. Let us see what happened in Jos here. Let's see what happened in Jos. The mass burial of people, of the so-called Nigerians. And when you talk about one Nigeria, these people are the same people who say, oh, we want to die as Nigerians. We love Nigeria. Look at the end of the lovers of Nigeria.
Tuesday's attack at Yalwan Zangam community in Jos North local government area of Plateau State has been given a mass burial amidst tears. Some community members who spoke at the burial said unless there's genuine commitment by the government, the killings will not stop.
Over 35 lives.
So these people are still talking about government. It's like there is a spell that has been cast on the mind of the people, that they are still depending on the government. Which government are they talking about? Which government are you talking about? That you are being killed every day, you are being slaughtered every day, and you are still calling on government to show you concern. The government that is even sponsoring your killers. How do you think that the government who is sponsoring your killers will come to your aid? How possible do you think that is? You know, you see, this is the reason why there is need for a spiritual angle of this warfare to be looked into. Because the people are not thinking right. The people are not thinking right. Because if the people are thinking right, they wouldn't be talking about the government. They wouldn't be talking about the government at this point in time. They wouldn't be talking about a government that is sponsoring your killers. Or I cannot figure it in my head. I don't know how to explain it further. I don't know how to explain it further.
Stop.
Over 35 lives. 20 persons brought to ashes were buried earlier, and the people are here to bury the remaining ones. The officiating clergy, while speaking on the need for forgiveness, admonished the people to leave everything in God's hands.
Now, they are talking about forgiveness. They are talking about leaving it in the hand of God. Hey, this is unbelievable. They are talking about forgiveness, leaving it in the hand of God, so that God will come from heaven to come and fight your battle. To help, if your ancestors, if your forefathers, I'm talking to the people of Zangam community now. I'm talking to the people of Yalwan Zangam community. Just imagine that your forefathers have left the battle of securing this land that you occupy today to God to come and knock. Will you have been alive today? Just for example, that your ancestors never protected this land for you. Will you have been alive? Will you have been alive to occupy and enjoy the land today? And you are being killed, and you are talking about forgiveness. You are talking about Jesus Christ. It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
We do not want you to be ignorant about those who fall asleep or to grieve like the rest of men who have gone. We believe that Jesus died and rose again, and so we believe that God will bring with Jesus those who have fallen asleep in him.
A community leader who spoke blamed the killings on the laxity on the part of government.
It is quite clear that there is an intent by some aliens who want to take over the lands of the native and the government.
These are not aliens. These are not aliens. Don't call them by their name. Which one be that there are aliens? Fulanis are not aliens. They are in your midst. They are in Aso Rock. Aliens, where do you know this to be aliens. You are here speaking big grammar that there is an attempt by some aliens. Aliens from where? These are Fulanis. Call them by their names. That the Fulanis are fighting to take over your community. Sponsored by the cabals in Aso Rock. Sponsored by the cabals in Aso Rock. How can you say that they are aliens? Are Fulani aliens? You should be bold enough to say
that we are looking up to seems to be either helpless or I don't know, but they are making us believe that there is a compromise. 16 people have been buried here in Yalwan community amidst tension and uncertainty. As the people hope that the issue of a non-gunman, which has been a menace in the middle belt region of Nigeria, will soon be addressed. Done, Father. AIT News.
There is nothing like unknown gunmen. There is nothing like unknown gunmen. These are Fulani headsmen. Don't change the name to unknown gunmen. These are Fulani headsmen sponsored by the cabals in Aso Rock, including what is it called? Garba Shehu, including all the imposter. And this is the reason they brought an imposter. An imposter that they can manipulate. They are committing all these atrocities in the name of Muhammad Buhari. They are using the name of Muhammad Buhari to commit all these atrocities, unfortunately. And that is why Aisha ran away to Dubai. Because she cannot bear, the woman have tried to tell Nigerians what is happening. But Nigerians have refused. They have refused to listen. And the woman quietly took her back and left for Dubai. The last time that she came back, she came to attend the son's wedding. Look, see how the woman have added weight, looking fresh. Aisha Buhari have tried to communicate to you people, but you refuse to listen. That his husband is not the person there. How possible is it that Aisha Buhari abandoned Buhari and went to live in a different country? Because the person in Aso Rock is not a husband. And there is no better way to communicate it. She just communicated through code by telling you that the man they brought me, I cannot, it's not my husband. Let us take a look at what happened in our own environment in Anambra.
Madam,
State. In the state of Dave Umahi. This is state of Dave Umahi, where Dave Umahi says that he's the governor of the state. The people are on the run. Everybody is on the run because the Fulanis are returning back. They are coming back to continue from where they stopped because they feel that they have gotten the leader of IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, behind bars, and that the coast is clear for them. And you see what this woman is saying, that the Fulanis came and surrendered them, and everybody ran away. Let's take a look at what happened in Ukulu, in Anambra State.
It's a harvest of tears as farmers in Dukofia local government lament the fate that has befallen them in the hands of Fulani herdsmen. The tide spared no farmland in Ukulu, Etiti, Amadu, Adabi, and other localities.
Sorry, somebody just corrected that Ezeagu is in Enugu State. Sorry, in Enugu State. But I think there is still another Ezeagu too in a part of Ebonyi State. But I stand to be corrected.
Yeah. Hedges and fences put up to protect their farms from invasion appeared to have given way easily, and their cassava plants paid heavily for it.
All our farms, cows, they damage everywhere. If you cultivate any farm,
yeah, these are recent attacks. Yes, Ejiro asks if these are recent attacks precisely.
If you see them, tell them, look at my cassava. Your cow, they damage it. You will tell your worker.
I put the cassava and eat. Even stuff on my own. If you go to my farm now, you cry. Who is giving me? Yeah? That's to spoil everything we are cultivated.
They burn our rice. They dig our yams and shop. Their cows enter our farm and damage it.
The farmers' quest for a way out of this onslaught that has become a way of life for them took them to the home of the regent of the community, who promised to take the plight to the appropriate quarters.
I'm sure we have a listening governor in this state who will take this matter to him and to forthwith the cattle rearers will leave our farmland.
While responding to the allegations held by the community against the cattle rearers, the chairman of the herdsmen in the area was invited to come have a first-hand assessment of the damage done to their farms, maintained that compensation would be paid to farmers if, after investigation, these men were found culpable.
Nobody can leave cow and destroy farmland.
Imagine that. He's trying to defend their atrocities. That nobody can leave cow to defend the farmland. Not even that they left the cow. The Fulani herdsmen were digging out the cassava with their own hand and using it to feed the cows. The Fulani herdsmen were uprooting the cassava from the ground and using the tuber. So this is not a question of cow eating cassava leaf now. The cow cannot dig out cassava by itself. So he took the owner, the herdsman, to dig out the cassava, cut them into pieces, and use it to feed their cow. And this is the said leader of the Fulani herdsmen coming to defend his own people. And that the investigation will be carried out. So what investigation do you want to do in before the evidence before you now?
Or less by mistake. So
which kind of
if
mistake?
It's true.
You make mistake for somebody to walk into somebody's farm. You make the mistake of taking your cow into people's farm, dig out the cassava and feed it with your cow. And you call it mistake.
We are going to compensate anybody cow destroying property.
In his reaction, the secretary of the local government, who spoke on behalf of the chairman, called on the state government and legislature to regulate animal rearing in the state.
If anyone will do business of cattle, of any animal, he should buy a land, fence it, and rear his or her animals in that farmland.
Food security remains a very strong point of this present administration. This can only be achieved when efforts put into farming yields desirable result and not weeping and wailing, as experienced by the women of Dunu Kofia.
Jeze onyo bioma narekele papa malete no kuku wherever you will be naro tuto papa blessed be your holy name you are worthy to be praised. Imarumaye, 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 Papa. DJ Brube Dingozi, DJ Brube Dingozi, DJ Brube Dingozi, DJ.
Team one with God, we dedicate this song to Dr. Mazin Namdekanu. For real, freedom, freedom. Yeah. Freedom Dekanu. Freedom Dr. Mazin Namdekanu. Yeah. Freedom Thomas in the Monte Canwe. Na nebe, wa nebe, ubudabaka. Listen. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. No wa makambule kolo kega lolo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. No wa makambule kolo kega lolo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. No wa makambule kolo kega lolo. Onye nyenye ndo ane nyong ike dili chukwa biama. I've gone all around the world. Ike dilo sebluwa. Well wire, well wire, wire. Well wire, well wire, wire. Come on. Oh, things that pass away. Hey, but surely come to pass on Judgment Day. Well wire, well wire, well wire. In a run more. Well wire. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. No wa makambule kolo kega lolo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. No wa makambule kolo kega lolo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. No wa makambule kolo kega lolo. Even the Mondekano is a freedom. Biafra Solomon with the wisdom. Ema Kanka Buhari intimidation. Kumalova Biafra television and the radio station. We live in a mysterious world. My brother, you can't be told. If an eme, on a poor, if a poor, if all on a dollar. If an eme, on a poor, if a poor, if all on a dollar. If an eme, on a poor, if a poor, if all on a velato. If an eme, on a poor, if a poor, if all on a velato. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. No wa makambule kolo kega lolo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. No wa makambule kolo kega lolo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. Onye bukwa onye chiya debelo. No wa makambule kolo kega lolo. Dibyebu wanile Dr. Monier for records fast on the beat.
Hi guys, welcome back to the program. Sorry for that little breakage here and there, but I think we have a better transmission this evening. And I was expecting that our brother Martin Solomon would have joined us, but all the same, if he doesn't join us, we might be seeing him maybe some other time tomorrow or next. But if any of you want to call into the program, you have the number on the screen. I'm going to take few calls for 1 or 2 contributions, and I want you to talk to us and give us some words of wisdom and also inspiration If you have some questions to ask, you are also free to ask them. But I think that we'll be able to, drive the conclusion that for a very, very long time, the leader of IPOB had been shouting and singing and crying and dancing over what is to come. And he was considered a madman. He was considered a scammer. He was considered a nobody. He was considered all sorts of names were called. But today, here we are in a situation where those who called him names are now beginning to come to terms with the reality that is now touching everybody. If he's not touching you directly, he's touching you indirectly. If he's not touching your family member, he's touching your friend. If he's not touching your friend, he's touching somebody that knows somebody that you know. So there is no way you can escape it, whether you live abroad, whether you are on the ground, wherever you might be. And this is the reason we must continue to try to support the Eastern Security Network, because that is the only salvation. That is the only salvation that we have. That is the only salvation that we have. There is a video that is circulating, but the video is so bloody that I don't even have the mind. I don't even have the mind. I don't have the courage to show that video. How students of University of Abuja in the capital, Federal Capital Territory, were butchered this past Friday. Their limbs cut off, some with their with machete cuts on their heads. And I don't want to, because it's so the video is so awful that I don't want to put it on the screen. But there is there is a clip I would like us to play, how the bandits are having a free ride, how they are converging, the amount of resources at their disposal, the amount of logistics that they have, a well-coordinated operation. And this video clip will tell you all you need to know about the level of protection the bandits are enjoying.
Muslim. Mana? Tadi daripada yang lalu hingga ada. Guys. See, this clip that I showed you is a way to show you how the bandits are well coordinated. And the clip was not taken, the clip that you see here were not taken by just journalists who were in the bush looking for the bandits. These clips were not taken by those who actually wanted to cover the activities of the bandits. The clip that you see were taken by the bandits themselves, because the bandits are also carrying out publicity stunt
to show you how prepared they are in their mission. The bandits have the network to send video clips that you see. They video themselves to show you how prepared they are. So it is important that we understand that things have gone beyond just, in fact, beyond control in the zoo called Nigeria. And the only solution for you to be able to protect yourself, you need to own your own territory. You need to be in charge of your own security. And for you to be in charge of your security, you must exit from this structure, from this Nigerian structure. We have a caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mazi.
Yes, good evening and welcome. Can you please?
My name is Ejiro. I'm calling from.
Yes,
Yeah,
Ejiro.
my name is Ejiro. I'm calling from France.
You are welcome to the program.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to thank you, sir. Yeah, I want to thank you first for your work. You've been doing a very good work. May God bless you. And at the same time, I want to contribute about this Islamization agenda. It's something that is really leader Mazina Andikano has really, preached about for so many years, But it seems a lot of people they have been doubting him. But now, as we can see, even those who are doubting him, they are beginning to realize that what Mazi has been saying is true. But there is something that I still don't understand is that the people, like for myself, I'm from the South, the so-called South, the Niger Delta. My people over there, I can see that they are still sleeping. They still feeling as if nothing is happening. So my question is, what exactly are we going to do to really bring these people to make them really see that what is happening in Nigeria is real, or what is happening right now in Biafra? Like there's a video I saw, they were trooping in armors and about more than 50 trailers of armors coming in. So I believe there is something we could do to wake up these people. Just like rightly mentioned, that Governor Otton is coming out to talk like an activist, like we do on the internet. You made a very good point, because now that he's a governor, he has the capacity, all the authority to make sure that he can bring out his people and raise the security force that can, fight against these Fulani killers. Because the reason why these Fulanis they keep pressurizing, they keep moving and progressing is because if you look at what activities, all the states they are attacking, people are not doing anything. They only cry, lament, and at the end of it, lives have gone on. They will do mass burial and all that. So there is something that these Fulani, they will even be wondering, why are these people not retaliating back? The only people that try to retaliate in Jos, but when we see in Benue State, this state where you have this governor Arufai, Kaduna, the killings in the south of Kaduna, we have never seen the people that wake up and rise up and say that enough is enough, we are going to fight back, we are going to do back to them what they are doing to us. So now, the question here is that, Mazi, I want our people who are from, the coastal region, Wari, Ugeli, Edo, this.
I want to answer that. I want to.
What is happening is not affecting them.
Yeah, I will answer your
question.
question.
To wake up. There's something that happened.
I will answer your question.
Yeah, there's something I want to say. 2 days ago, something happened in Asaba. There is one man, he's an Urobo man that sent his son, about 10 or 12 years old, to go and buy him something else. So this guy that he was going, he now stopped by to pee, as he was trying to wee, and he did that close to the Fulani man's house. So what the man did, the Fulani man came out and just daggered this boy's stomach. He daggered the little boy, and the boy fell on the ground and was crying. The father now came, people rushed and called the father. When the dad came, this Fulani man used that same dagger to stab the father several times, and the man died at the spot. It's somebody that lives in this Asaba that called me 2 days ago and told me that this is what is happening. This now happened to a Urobo man in Asaba. So anybody anybody that is feeling that this is not part, they are not part of it, or it's not gonna, they're not gonna be victim. Anybody can be a victim. For me, I really want, I want this gospel to go to our people in the coastal region. You know, this is I'm really concerned about this people, because our brothers and sisters in the south, the Eagles, Igbo brothers and sisters, they've woken up already. A lot of them are woken up.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Our people is what I don't understand.
Thank you very
any
much.
strategy how this gospel should be preached to this?
There is no strategy. There is no strategy that the gospel can reach. The truth of the matter is that people knows what is happening in Nigeria. Even our people in the coastal region, knows the news is everywhere that Nigeria is on fire, but they are still feeling safe in their, that it can never get to their place. That is the problem. There is no amount of preaching you will give to them. Even if I walk into your village now with the gospel, they will still say, who is this man? What are you saying? Say that for not it happen. You know if it happen for here. You understand what I'm saying? People live in denial. People don't want to accept the fact that at some point it will get to them. That is the problem. And that is why we are here. We are where we are today. Because people don't want to accept the fact that at some point, that what is happening in Jos, in Benue, we get to worry, that at some point we get to bias. You know, people are just living out, not the two people, leave them, maybe they kill themselves for them. Not be for Benue, you know, this side. That is the mentality. But it's gradually trickling down south. And today we've seen Fulani herdsmen with cow destroying farms, destroying people's way of life. Let's take this call, please. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. I think he's having network issues. And yes, somebody posted about the arrest that was made by Ghanaian police. IKEM members in Ghana. Hello, welcome to the program, caller. Good evening. I think this caller is having issues with the network. Yeah, somebody talked about the arrest that was made. DOS is aware of that. That some IPOB members were arrested in Ghana, where they held their meet today. And I think that the Director of State is aware of that, and they are on top of the matter. Let me take this caller. This caller continues to go off and on and off and on. I don't know what the problem is. I hope that he will be able to call back. Let me see if I can, because I think he's calling from Ghana. Maybe he has some information as well to give to us as regard to what happened today in Ghana. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I'm calling from Ghana. My name is David.
David, you're welcome to the program.
Okay, sir. So please, since they lock our master, that is Mazin American, you can see that Nigerian, some of them, they are happy. What I want to really know, they say some of IPOB in Nigeria, some of them, they are eating backhand. So they cannot be properly face the case. And they don't have any order. So if there is any organization you people have to sit and bring people that will stand as a form of Nnamdi Kanu and spoke and give commandment what is going to just imagine at home every Monday. Some people are doubting it, some state is not sitting. You know, what kills us Igbo, majority what kills us is money. So that's why it's too difficult for people to deny the crime, because it's not a man can eat bribe. Even me personally, I'm very shocked on that man. You see, So that is the best thing they can do. But let other people represent as him and give command what is going to happen. Because they are hijacking this innocent man just to do politics. Because they know if there is Nnamdi Kanu involved, the politics will not stand. Hello?
I'm listening. Go ahead. In fact, let me just hold on. Let me make it clear that nobody can occupy the space that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is occupying. You have to take that. Yes.
Everything have a assistant.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody can occupy the space of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As long as our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is.
Nobody's saying to occupy the seat, but let you people organize people that can speak. You know now.
Am I not speaking to you?
Yeah, you're speaking to me.
So what speak do you want again? Don't you listen to Radio Biafra? Are people not speaking on Radio Biafra?
Okay, sir.
People are speaking.
Okay, sir.
So it depends on who you choose to listen to. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It depends on who you want to. We see there are lots and lots of Biafrans that are every day talking to Biafrans, communicating to Biafrans, and everybody cannot have the same energy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. But we have to appreciate everybody in their own capacity. You understand what I'm saying? As for giving orders, yes, as per giving orders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on top of the game. There is communication, he's communicating to us every day, and we must appreciate that privilege. So I think all we need right now is just discipline. Listen to those who he has constituted to take over leadership. There are people who are in charge of leadership right now. We must listen to them. We must follow them. That is all you need to do. So I appreciate your call. Thank you very much for your contribution. Yes, so if you want to call in, I don't want us to go beyond the next 10 minutes. Anybody who wants to call in is free to call in. The line is still open. And I was expecting that he would have been able to give us some information as regard to what happened in Ghana. We had some IKEM members were arrested in Ghana today when we were holding their meeting. So Nigerian government is really moving around, bribing countries, believing that they will be able to, use whatever influence they have to intimidate the indigenous people of Biafra in places they feel they have control or whatever. But unfortunately, there is a limit to what they can do. Let me see if I can take this call. Let's see if I can take. Hello, caller. Yes, good evening. Yeah, Mazi, let me call you back. Let me call you back on the normal line, please. I'll call you back. And there is noise on your background. If you can help me while I call you back to take care of that noise, it will be kind, because it is noisy on your background. But I'll call you back in just 1 minute. Yeah. So it is our brother Mazi Solomon Peter calling. Let us take this call before we get to Mazi Solomon Peter. Hello, caller. Welcome. Good evening. I think this caller is having his own issues as well. Let me see if I can get to him myself, because I think it's easier when I call. It's easier. When they call me, the line keeps giving problem. But sometimes when I call back, hello, caller, good evening, and welcome to the program. Hello, caller, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening and welcome to the program. Can you please speak up? And there is noise on your background. Can you please stay away from the noise so you'll be able to communicate to us effectively?
Yeah, because I'm listening to you here.
So turn down the volume of your listening device, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I'm doing also now. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you better. Go ahead. Tell us where your name and where you're calling from, please.
Okay, then I'm in South Africa, but I'm there. I can see you, but the problem that I can hear it nicely.
Okay, now go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead and talk to Biafrans are listening to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm an POD. Then I'm staying in South Africa. You know, doing this type of, I don't know whether I can speak my language.
Yeah, you can communicate. It will be better because we have a lot of people who don't understand Igbo here, who are also listening to us. So it will be better you speak in a language that everybody would be able to, go with.
Thank you, my brother. Then what I'm trying to explain to you now, we know that in this struggle, a lot of enemies always coming to communicate, and they're always coming to deceive us, but enemies will never deceive us. This struggle, we're fighting for it for life. You understand? So the only thing we know, DOS is the body of the IPOB. You understand? So only that we have to listen to only to DOS. There's no one S. It's only DOS we are listening to. Forget about all those enemies trying to deceive us, trying to confuse us. They will never confuse IPOB or DOS. Do you understand? DOS is on the ground. He knows everything about movement or whatever it is. Even whatever is happening to Biafra land right now, as I'm speaking to you, I know I'm hearing that a lot of soldiers is going there. DOS is a body that people will never deceive, and they will never deceive people. That's what people need to know. You understand?
Thank you very much. Thank you for that contribution. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, so now let's see if we can get to our brother Mazi Solomon Peter, supposed to, by the way, who is supposed to appear live in this program. Let's see if we can get him. He decided to call through the WhatsApp, and I don't know if I think we are having another issue with the network again, but I'll try to see if we can get Mazi Solomon on board to talk to us. Let's see if we can get Mazi Solomon to talk to us. Yes, so I hope that Mazi Solomon comes on to be able to communicate to us. Okay, Mazi Solomon, I think he's trying to call me. Let's see if he can call back. So what we are trying to say this evening is that there is nobody that doesn't know that there is danger right now in the land. But people have decided, some of them are drinking the reality away. Some of them are eating it away through food. Some of them are drinking it away in beer parlor. They don't just want to live with the reality. They don't want to come to terms with the fact that one day it will get to their doorstep. Some of them just there, trying to live this life, anyhow, make it just be they hoping that the cabals in Aso Rock will change their mind and say, okay, stop the killings. That is what the people are hoping, that at some point maybe the cabals will just change their mind and say, okay, we have killed you people enough. I think we just have to end the killing now. And that is the truth. Because in a normal society, the people are supposed to have risen up and make demand. In fact, by now, the cabal in Aso Rock is supposed to be on the run by now in a normal society. Looking at what has happened so far in the zoo called Nigeria, the level of killing, the level of maiming, the level of atrocities, and the people seem not to understand that they have to take charge of their destiny. Just like we had the man said that the people must understand, come to terms with the fact that that they have to, you know, that they have to come to terms with the fact that they have to take their destiny in their hand. Mazi Solomon, if you can get off your Bluetooth, it will do us a lot of good. If you can get off your Bluetooth, even if it's just for only 2 minutes. Are you hearing me? It's noisy. It's noisy. If you can get off your Bluetooth, it will do us a whole lot of good. It's better now. It is better now, much better.
Okay, thank you. I'll just speak for 1 minute or 2 minutes.
Go ahead.
So I've been following the program and I'm listening to what you are saying and what you are narrating to our people. So the only thing they have to understand between us and the Fulanis is that Fulanis, they are very, they have this high level of aggression. They have this high level of aggression. And what they are doing today, they have planned it over the years. But our people, the difference with our people is that the level of aggression that the Fulanis has, we don't have it. When it comes to killing people or damaging people's property, we don't have that level of aggression in the South. Before a Southerners have to even do something that will bring out blood from somebody, he has to think twice.
Mazi,
yes.
Even the little aggression that we even have as at today, we even borrowed it from the Fulani. The little one that we are managing, now we borrowed it from them.
Yes, Mazi, that is the point I wanted to make here. That people are seeing like Fulanis are doing things, and people we are not revenging as the way that Fulanis are handling it is because it's not in our culture to kill people. It's not in our culture to destroy people's property. Before a Southerners will allow himself to engage in such an activity, he will think twice. And today, the level of boldness we have to confront what the Fulanis are doing today is as a result of the job that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been doing over these years, to be able to waking up our people to know that this is our responsibility to rebel against the Fulanis, or else they will kill every one of us. And so many of us has been awaking, and so many are still also sleeping in that situation. So what you see playing up today in our land, where Fulanis are going scot-free, and where people are not challenging Fulani as they suppose, is a result of our culture, result of our belief, and the result of the kind of religion we accepted. So, but why we are preaching today is that people have to rise up to occasion. That Fulanis are determined to kill every one of us if we don't stop them. They are determined to take over our ancestral land. And for that reason, we need to start changing our mind. And we start to come up to the level of the aggression, to the level of the aggressions of the Fulani in order to repel against them. And that is what is happening today in our land. You have seen our women and men, they are being very aggressive against the activities of the Fulani as a result of the eyes opening that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been doing over these years. And you are seeing the sit at home that people have gone on sitting today very aggressive. Even when they are asked to forget about sit at home, they are aggressively sitting at home. And you see the person who called you from Ghana, they aggressively asking for action. People cannot take it anymore, and this is the hard work that Mazin Nadekan has been doing over this year, that we don't need to be sleeping over this situation. So our people need to rise, listen to the leadership of IPOB to guide them on the actions that has already laid down to take against the Fulani herdsmen and against Nigeria government who are actually sponsoring the Fulanis today. Because I heard you making a question, said, why is these people that are being attacked in Southern Kaduna, why did they keep quiet? Why are they not attacking back? And all these things boils down to the government of Buhari is sharing the attackers. And that is what T.Y. Danjuma told you, that the military, they connive with the attackers, the killers. They are shielding them. Even in Biafran land today, we have ESN who are ready to check away the Fulani, and the ESN are doing it. But you can see the government of Buhari, through the collaboration of your governors and through the collaborations of they send the troop of the armies and police not to chase the terrorists, not to fight against the Fulanis, the killers, or to arrest them, but to arrest and to kill our people and to chase ESN. So this is what is happening at Plateau, Kaduna State, where Christians are being killed and slaughtered. And it looks like they are harmless and they cannot do nothing. Because the government are using their military. They are using Nigerian military to shield the killers. The Boko Haram himself, you see them operating in the streets of Nigeria with their arm in open places. Nigeria could not arrest them with their military and DSS, but they went as far as across the border to adopt our leader, to kidnap our leader. But the people who are in Nigeria kidnapping them in the north, even in the very president state, he could do nothing. He shielded them. So that is what is happening. Nigeria state is our number one enemy. Everybody should rise up for disintegration of Nigeria. The number one enemy why Fulani continuously killing you, destroying your farm, is because Nigeria government are the ones sponsoring them. And until we end Nigeria, the killing of the Fulanis and their intimidation can never stop. So I really, really appreciate our people who are rising up to the occasion at this very moment. Who knows that it takes the high level of aggression, anger, to deal with the Fulanis issue. And they are rising up to the occasion, and that is why you see anger everywhere. And this is how it's going to continue until Nigeria disintegrates. Nothing will stop it. And they must make sure at this very point in time that they are holding our leader. They should make sure that they will be able to compel with the anger of the people of the land, because we have risen in anger, and they cannot anymore kill us like the way they are killing us before. So they must be very careful and they secured unconditional release for our leader, or else they will face the wrath of the people. They will face the wrath of the people, not as the result of rebellion or insubordination, but because we have risen as a people to take the battle to the doorpost of the enemy. And we cannot stop. And this is where the anger which we require to deal with the Fulanis are coming from. Thank you, Mazi Patrick, for giving me opportunity to speak in your program. Our people must be aware that right now we are gathering momentum. We are gathering the anger that it requires to deal with the issue of the Fulani and disintegrate Nigeria. So they must do everything they can for now to release and to give our leader unconditional release. Or else, the wrath of people, the wrath of the people, the indigenous people of Nigeria, will fail on them. Thank you, Mazipa. Let me give other people opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Mazi Solomon. You are going to be the last caller for today. Thank you for that contribution. I would have loved to ask you one or two questions, but when you come live, you'll be able to clarify some of the things that you've said in this program. Thank you.
If you want to ask me a question, you can go on to ask me.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you why people are still, because we had the people of the South, the Plateau, saying that they are still hoping that the government will come to their aid. Do you think that these people have really realized that it is the same government that is sponsoring the killers, or maybe they are afraid to speak the truth, or is it, why are they still living in denial, Mazi, hoping that the same government who that have been confirmed to be arming the killers will definitely come to their aid, Mazi Solomon?
Can I answer you quickly
Yes.
on that very question?
Yes.
Why the people of Plateau are still waiting for government? The people of Plateau has been overwhelmed. Mazi, when you are being overwhelmed by your enemies, you can do nothing than to apply diplomacy, or else all of you will die at the same time. They know that the killers are Nigerian armed forces. They know that it is Nigerians who are shielding and sponsoring their killers. So therefore, they are trying to use diplomacy. Are you going to come back to fight while Nigeria, they are more armed than you? The people, they are trapped. That is why we said that the only thing that will bring the solution of what is happening in Plateau, of what is happening in Kaduna, is disintegration of Nigeria. Because they are using Nigerians, they are using Nigerian instruments, using Nigerian government to be intimidating and be killing the people. So the people of the Plateaus, they have no option than to try to tone down the tension, because they know the more you try to rise up to defend yourself, because they have already been overwhelmed, then there will be more killing. They will shield them, they will arm them to kill them the more. So these people are trapped right now in Nigeria, and all they can do is to support the indigenous people of Biafra to preach the gospel of disintegration. That is the only way they can find solution at this very moment. If they try to retaliate against the Fulanis, who are being sponsored by Nigerian government, they will all die. They don't have the kind of weapon to rebel, the kind of ammunition that Nigerian government has. This is what they did to Biafrans in 1967 to 1970, whereby they are using the arm of government to seek for support, for international support, and they destroy. And they watch the history that has been going on in that Kaduna. Anytime you see people repel, they are the people that Nigerian government will rush to kidnap and arrest. And they will turn the story against the people that they are the one killing the Fulani. That is not the Fulani killing them. They use the arm of government, and they use their influence on the Nigerian media to perpetrate it as it happens. So all these people you see, they are in danger, and they are in danger as we speak right now. They have nothing to do, they have nothing as to use to repel. So that is the response to the question you asked me. The people, they are stranded in Nigeria, and they should join the indigenous people of Biafra under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to preach for disintegration of Nigeria. That is the only way they can breathe again, or else the situation will get worse than as we see it today.
Mazi, thank you very much. Thank you so much. I have to round it up. I appreciate the time you've given to us. Unfortunately, they are still singing the song of One Nigeria. They haven't woken up. They have not been able to come to terms with the fact that the only thing that can save them is walking out of the Nigerian state and getting that freedom. They still believe that Nigeria will come to their aid and save them at some point. Maz, I want to say thank you very much for that take on the matter. And we'll be rounding up right now. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have joined us. We spent over an hour, 35 minutes, and it's been very, very wonderful. I've gone through your comments. I want to say thank you for the comments. For those who I want to say thank you for calling in. And for those whose call didn't go through, I'm really sorry for that. Maybe some other time we'll be able to entertain your call. And until we meet again, I want to say have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, because it's already evening. I hope to be back as soon as possible. And then remains IKEM Patrick DK. Have a wonderful evening and a happy Monday. I know that a lot that I want to sit at home. Well, we'll be monitoring the event for tomorrow. We'll have to admit that the sit at home will be suspended, but we'll still be monitoring it. And if our people choose to sit at home, it is at their own discretion to do so. And nobody will deny them that possibility to sit at home if they choose to sit at home. That people do not misunderstand. And if our people decide that they want to sit at home, it is within their power to do so. And anybody who chooses to sit at home to show love to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is free to do so. Until we see you, have a wonderful evening and God bless you.
Nkukundiro bukwa mehekpagbu anyị n'ohu. Mana ọ gakon getututa gbagne turi ene nejeni. Anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu puregede memamagụ. Anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu puregede memamagụ. Ọsanya gwọlọgwụ, ọsanya gọlema, ọsanya jeluka nke mbọchị ndọcha jabụ enyanwụ. Ọsanya fele foto jesu maọbụ nke neye. Ọsanya fele ha kpụrụ akpụ n'ọba wurakụ ma nyefele nka pirapi n'ọba osisi dị n'ọshụa. Anyị kpara nkedo n'ụwa tero futara akpụ. Chukwu abịa ma gbakwasa ya nya. Anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu puregede memamagụ. Anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu puregede memamagụ. Ọsanyị kpọgbu Hausa nashi nehe na tangbasị. Bọni Yoruba swa nehe bungbo kpuru. Anye jelu ka he nehe bụ ndakịrị kpakpa. Manye Sole Mohammed n'ọbụ nyera hejikore ka ezunu Biafra izu amosu. Chukwu abịa ma gbakwasa ya nya. Anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu puregede memamagụ. Anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu puregede memamagụ. Ọsị n'eluigwe Biafra kutere ali gara. Ọsị ọcha idoma chidokdoi ne ọchị Ibagwa chidokdoi. Kalaba ne Abak ne Abatete. Chukwu abịa ma gbakwasa ya nya. Anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu puregede memamagụ. Anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere odogwu puregede memamagụ. Okwu na-agwa Nigeria bụ nu avronya. Oruru nepok bana gban Biafra. ibere dube ji ya majike ụwa bụ onye merike mbe ojukwu zuru gbapaliribo chukwu abịa ma gbakwasị ya nya anyị nwere odogwu anyị nwere odogwu anyị nwere odogwu kpuregede memamago anyị nwere odogwu anyị nwere odogwu anyị nwere odogwu kpuregede memamago eriri ji obele jisike mejochi yozde jisike nejochi n'elu nkwụ obele n'elu nkwụ oru mejochi ji ada obele gatabe chikpo n'onye dị tọkpọtagịrị chukwu abịa ma gbakwasa ya nya anyị nwere odogwu anyị nwere odogwu anyị nwere odogwu kpuregede memamago anyị nwere odogwu anyị nwere odogwu anyị nwere odogwu kpuregede memamago Nnamdi Kanu ahenyi ụwa Nnamdi Kanu ahenyi ụwa odogwejegu kamukadi ya n'obu 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 chukwu abịa ma gbakwasa ya nya Dr. Nnamani Nsọ